Continuemos. Get process, you can find by ID, by name. If you use name parameter, the parameter name, you have to give it its value in a string. Remember, single quotes allow you to insert variables that get evaluated, and if you use double quote, the string is taken literally. You can input an object to the get process. Remember, get process gives you a certain process or all the processes. Okay. Source object. It gets its input from the pipeline. You can specify, or you can give it specifically the object using the input object parameter name, but mainly it needs the name of the property. Listen, right? I keep forgetting. I forget. Get sort object. This is another way to retrieve the help file. No, definitely not. System object by property. Case sensitive, order, descending, input object. You have to specify it. Unique. Sorts objects in ascending or descending order based on object property values. If sort if sort property are not included in a command, PowerShell uses the default sort properties of the first input object. If the type of the input object has no default sort properties, PowerShell attempts to compare the objects themselves. For more information, use notes. We can sort objects by a single property or multiple properties. Multiple properties use hash tables to sort in ascending order, descending order, or a combination of sorts or orders. Properties are sorted as case sensitive or case insensitive. Use the unique parameter to eliminate duplicates from the output. So, what do you mean by hash table? This is the problem. Everything that I read gives me another confusion, another question to my mind before I'm dealt with the first one. So I enter a path and I go there. So, and in a step, lead me to another one, to the next one, and I cannot find the end. We're learning. The problem is forgetting about the first one. So let me let's find out what this thing do. Okay, for example, let's get the list of processes. So, here we can remember you will receive a list is the default argument, the only one that you can use naming without naming it is property. The default argument is property, but it is an object. That's weird, weird. But well, let's sort it by name. We get property name. We can do it also by ID. Now, that's a problem. ID is an object. String. Those are names. Well, let's try a list. And that maybe, let's see, accepted. Uh, uh, do it first with ID and later from by name. See that I didn't have to write it as a string. This gives you the problem that each process has a unique ID. So there is nothing to sort about. But if we first sorted by name and later by ID, with our list we'll get the processes with the same name sorted by ID. In this case, from. In this case, context. Right. Sort. Just deal with that. Just sort a list of object by a property value. If you do not give it a property, it will use the default sorting parameter object. Multiple properties use hash table to sort in ascending order, descending order, or a combination of sort orders. properties are sorted as case sensitive. Okay, here we made a sort by using two properties, but both are ascending. Maybe if I want a descending, yes, yeah, okay, so it apply descending to both. First, let's with the name. Ascending is not a parameter. Oh, oh, yes. No, descending. Descending. Let's see if I could have these two. Don't think so. Yeah. Not this. No, not. No. Where are we? The term is not recognized as a name of a Cmdlet function, script file, or variable program. Check the spelling. Okay, okay, you don't like it. Maybe, let's see. Data set assembly. No. Huh? So, property name ascending ID. Missing argument. Parameter list. Doesn't look it. Um, maybe. Let's do. Let's do sort of ID. Descending first, later. Sort that. Um, to private. Right. It first. Yes. Yeah. simplify this. We are sorted by name in ascending order, and now it gets messed up. We could select a different object by name, sort it, and later reconstruct the list. But so we can do by quarter case, sensor, descending, combination of sort. Let's see the examples. The children have sort. Remember, get children by default give you the list of files and directory in the directory. You can filter by file, you can filter by directory. You could give a path, you could give a name. The path, the first parameter. Both path and name are positional parameters, being path the first one and name the second. Path could specify certain file. You can use get child item as a substitute of get item. Yeah, you can get item but not get objects. You can select for that. Get commands with noun. Object. You can select. By property name or by position. You can sort by property value. Descend or assembly can remove the unique. That's it. Can be case sensitive. You can sort it by culture. If you do not specify a property, there is a solve property, default sort properties. Okay. By name, insensitive, by culture, could be descending. You could give it the object, could be unique. That's the problem. You can sort by a combination of property names, value. And we are dealing with objects, more items, objects. So, in an object, you can compare, you can use, you can get, group, measure, new, register, remove, select, sort, where, select, select. Don't remember what the difference between select object and where object. Where object, I know that you can specify a certain value. You can retrieve from a list a certain amount of objects, considering that a particular property is of some kind. Yeah. A collection, or you can retrieve a certain type, a certain number of objects, depending of the result of a comparison that you do with one of its properties. You can compare it to be equal, greater, less, and so on. That is the case of word object. In the case of select object, the type recall around, you could select the first one, you can select all that stuff. And we can select by verb or not by value, just for the present of the verb. If I'm not mistaken. So let's try to fit the select object to types of objects. That's a problem. That's a problem. I can, for example, I could fit simple number to get name. To get number, yes. This interval, okay. A string, simple string, could be. Yes, you could. An integer has a lot of methods, and a string has two properties. One is its length, the other is parts. You can compare, equal, get back, get back. Should I value? How could you retrieve value of the number? We could compare it. We can compare two, compare two, integer object. Equal equals the hash code, the type. Let's sort select select like it. You want to select, and you could only object. Some mistake. Cannot select items. Select object. Property name. Uh, Neither of those has a property name. But in the case of the character, has a length. If I make sure I'm receiving So you're not selecting is passing by both objects, even when they don't have. What's the purpose? So what is the purpose of select object? It's a comment. Selects specify properties of the object or set objects. It can also select unique objects. A specify number of objects or objects in a specified position in an array. You can retrieve by index. You could give by object. You can eliminate unique. You can wait in the case that you want to retrieve, you want to analyze the array completely. No, not by array. The first one, we have property. Both are objects or both are lists. Gives me select specify property of an object. Use a string. But is a select, maybe select is removing all other properties. Well, it didn't have a lot, but not only properties, the method. I guess that it's leaving only the essential method that could deal with that. You can compare it, you can get the type, you can get the string, and get the hash code. Okay. So it is not selecting object per se. It is selecting a specific property, removing the rest. Yes. Removing the rest. Let's see. Yes, no. PowerShell. Select. Oops. Give us that. The first one. Property is a list of objects. Se activa una lista de procesos activos y se presentan con solo tres resultados: name, ID, and pasan a ser otro tipo de objeto, 10 objects, que no son objetos que representan en su totalidad algún proceso. Remember that we can create a PS object. There is a command for creating, and you will specify the properties that you want in it. And here can select. Yes. Aquí lo dije, aquí no tengo que. Aquí estoy aplicando eso. Selecciona el parámetro. Pero en este caso que yo mandé dos objetos de diferentes tipos. Ah, wow. Mira, le creo una nueva propiedad. Tiene un método que no tiene hashcode. Maybe because it's empty. Interesting. Le agregó la propiedad que no existía. En este caso, manda aquí, por ejemplo, vamos a comprobarlo, pero manda dos objetos con una propiedad llamada name, la cual no la tenían de manera original, y expresa su valor. Entonces, aquí mandamos a getMember and both as property. That an object. This is a string, this is a time, integer, boy. In this case, neither of the two objects has a property named name. So remove all of the method, all of the properties, and insert a property called name with a value of no. We are dealing with objects. With objects. But remember, remember, you are selecting the property. Select specify properties of an object or set. You can also select unique objects or a specified number of objects or objects in a specified position in an array. You can can select a property. We can exclude a property. I guess that depends if you just want to exclude one property. It is easier to do this. But why? Why are you busy? A span property. And select object. Span property. First, input object. Left. Unique. White. Considerando que me permitió, aquí tengo la duda si esto es un error, porque si estuviera esperando string no me hubiera permitido expresarlo como lo hice antes que lo hice separado. Vamos a confirmar. Object PowerShell. Property and object. Scroll, span. Okay. Input object. Los parámetros por defecto, sin lo único parámetro posicional es property. And it receives objects. In this case, object, object, object. In this case, I can get the last, the first, skip, or wait. I here can only specify skip last. Here I get the index, and here I skip by index. Expand parameter. Expressions in object properties, let object properties and format the results. Get process, select object property, process name, expand properties, module. This example gets information about the modules used by the process on the computer. By the processors on the computer. It uses get process Cmdlet to get the process on the computer. It uses the select object Cmdlet to output an array of system diagnostic process module instances as contained in the module's property of each system diagnostic process instance output by get process to output an array of process module instances as contained in the module property. So it allows you to retrieve, in the case of when a property is formed, it consists, it store a list or hash table, I guess. This allows you to get that only property object. Now, properties or object. I guess whatever. The property parameter of the select object can select the process name. Now, use adds process name node property to every system diagnostic process model. Instances are populated with the value of current process name property. Here, here, here are selecting and getting and taking that specific object, passing through here and remove them and creating, basically, I'm creating a PS object with a property name process name. I don't know if that property exists before or is a new one. If you specify a name that the object doesn't have, it creates it. It gives you an object or PS object with that property name. If it existed before, it retrieves the value and stores it. If it doesn't exist before, it creates a node property. You have to find out what that means. Node property with the value of node 0. Later, span property module. Remember, span property needs a value. And later, we format module name, file name, base address, module memory size, entry point address, file version info, file internal name, original file name, file version, file description, product version. Let's consider this again. Property parameter of The select object selects the process names. This adds a process name node property to every system diagnostic process module instance and populates it with the value of the current process name property. Diagnostic process Te vas a colgar un poquito, pero necesito revisar esto. Sí, no le hablaba de procesos. The process, the object, the process. The process. Sample. Remote. I'm in the right file. Remote. I don't want that. Okay. Fucking shit. Objects. Finish. 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 Current property values. Measure property. Finish. Finish. Search. Listen PS object. New property. New object. Add member. Into object. Custom object. Member type. Property. Name. Reading value. Hash table. We declare hash table. We create a new object. I guess that this is the name type object property. Hash table. Custom number type. Here we are adding a number. Here we are creating a new object. Calling purpose. And in the version 3 folder, we skip this step. We just cast hash table to the variable. This is a PS object dealing with this command, but here we just cast. Take the selection. I guess that it assumes that all the content of the hash table is properties. Here we are not specifying the type. Remember, we have to read about it. Okay. Next, span property. Span property. Here is that they are select object to retrieve the property by object. You can exclude by string. You can expand by string first. Skip unique wait. Skip and by use. Here give you three sentences. And give here and here give you four. You have to update the PowerShell. What's the difference? This one. Let's keep in this. Last. Let's find out which command has a span property as parameter. So every single one. Exclude span property. Yes. Parameter cannot be processed because the parameter name parameter is ambiguous. Possible matches. Parameter name, parameter type. I guess. Object. Select object. Yes. Break.